2 months ago, one of my wife and I's best friends and roommates of 11 years took her last breath. Her name was Cheyanne, and she was a golden retriever. How did that make you feel? Sad? Wanted me to change the subject? Well, Cheyanne, she was a constant joy in our lives and truly made me laugh every single day. But my first instinct was to hide from this pain and to distract myself from thinking about it at all costs. And what I instead did was I took this and I definitely shed some tears, but I made it into a spiritual experience filled with meaning. Let me explain. Here in America, we've created this taboo culture around death. But the fact of the matter is, I'm going to die one day. And so are you and everyone that we know. And we don't know if it's tomorrow or 60 years from now. But rather than embracing this fact and trying to find some meaning and positivity out of it, we usually bury these emotions deep down and fears and anxieties so they come bursting out at the seams when we come face to face with it ourselves or with one of our loved ones. Mark Manson, famous author, is quoted as saying, "The avoidance of pain causes more pain, and the denial of suffering is a form of suffering in itself." Why aren't we ever taught this at an early age to handle the most traumatic experiences of our lives? Instead, society, we usually go around inciting family drama and then taking drugs and alcohol to suppress the emotions, which usually just exacerbates the problem. This mindset on death is not some novel concept. The ancient Stoics in Greece used to meditate on death daily as far back as the 5th century. It's mentioned in the Bible many, many times. It's a central practice in Buddhism to remember death daily. And this is only morbid if we miss the point. It can be used and has been for thousands of years to invigorate life, create priority, and show us what's truly meaningful in our lives. And show us that every single day is a gift and to not waste any time on the trivial and the vain. And with this preparation, into the end of life scenario, we can head into it with poise, courage, and compassion. And that's what I found myself doing at the end of Cheyanne's life. I kept trying to find, why did this happen? What's the meaning? Try to find a silver lining. And I couldn't help but think the lockdowns was some sort of poetic message from the universe, because it allowed my wife and I to work from home in that final year of her life, and we got to spend 24/7 with her. And she absolutely loved it, and I know we did. And it also canceled our overseas vacation and changed it into a 2-week road trip to Yellowstone National Park, and Cheyanne was right there along with us. I started thinking, what's some characteristics I might be able to carry in her honor the rest of my life? Positivity, loyalty came to mind. But the most impactful, I think, are present moment awareness and unconditional love. Cheyanne? Shy girl, what's she doing? You want to go for a walk? You want to go for a ride? Around this time, she's running to the door, running back to me, running to her leash, running back to me. Total jubilation. Man, did she love the small things in life. She was a pleasant reminder of how great the present moment is and would bring me into it daily. Whether it was going on walks and smelling every single flower, going for a car ride and sticking her head out the window, play fighting with her roommates. And man, look out if you got her into nature or close to a body of water, because she was a whole nother animal. And what I think we can take from this is to remove the distractions that bring us out of this moment, like our phones, and just be here now in everything that we do and every person that we connect with. This was usually combined with unconditional love. It didn't matter how stressed I was that day, if I had a zit on my forehead, didn't matter what part of my career I was in and how well I was doing, what president I voted for in the previous election, or what religion I followed. It was a guarantee that Cheyanne would be there as soon as I woke up in the morning and when I got home from work, to give me a couple licks on my face, a hug, and then usually burrowing through my legs with the hopes that I'd probably scratch her butt. And you know what's funny? My wife and I have carried on this tradition, and we didn't even talk about it. And what's even more funny is every time she gets from home, we get the weirdest looks from our neighbors when she gets home and I give her a kiss and a hug and go burrowing through my wife's legs. So please, everyone, join me in channeling your inner Cheyanne from this point forward.